Hello, Dr. Sanders. This is Titus Richard, and this is the CSC313 project, or Assignment 3, the Asteroid project game. So we have 1,600 lines of code here, 1638, and I'm going to go through quickly. I'll show the game working, and then I will talk through the Word document here for what I did. But let's do this. So, make it a little bigger. Start a new game with one player. And I'm horrible at this, so I'll keep dying all the time. But we can drive, we can shoot, and we can die if we get hit. Yay. So, we killed the game. We start over. If we want to run multiple players, this is even easier to die because there's two. But then you can see player one still drives, goes, and then dies. And player two, also can shoot. It's hard to demonstrate. And drive and stuff. So, and we have flames. Yeah, so that's how that works. If we pull up the code, I'll walk through this the way the code is, although it's kind of technically out of order because this is a function, but this initializes the actual vector kind of thing. I'll just talk through what I did in order. So we clear, there's player bullets and player bullets times, and I clear the player 2 bullets in time. So then we see here I am creating a new vector of player bullets and player bullets times, because the bullets have to exist with an x and y and a heading, and the times need to exist so we know how long the bullets have been going as they fade away. Then we call the draw and the flame draw functions. I also put the flame. So the part of the code that I did was like I wrote from the book a quarter or a fifth of the lines to split that up, but then I was in charge of making the player 2 shoot, and then I also put the flames on the back of the player 2. Made it tracky like it tracks the first player 1. So had to insert player 2 bullets here, which is in if you're driving, right? So player 2 fire pressed, you're firing, then you create a bullet. Now insert bullet, we have one for player 1, I built one for player 2. The bullet is the same, has the same bullet width as player 1's. It's a new image object, starts at 0, but we're using player 2 get angle, which is important. And then it's locked around the player 2 with the player 2's width. Add a bullet basically, and then add a time. That's pretty self-explanatory. Flames, similarly there's flames, and then I added flames for player 2. And we can loop through those. They're independent of the player 1 looping. Then flame 2 count, player 2 bullets and bullet times. This is what initializes them, this clears the collections. Then we add a thread for the flame 2 mover, I did that. We have flame 2 mover, and it just, this is all mine, I'm sorry. No wait, it's not, this is separate. So we're just, the static class just runs the flame 2 mover function. Just like this one does. The flame mover, the runnable. And to go a little faster, we needed to be able to see if collision occurred with the player 2 bullets, just like we do collision. There's collisions. Here, collisions for player 1. Now we also do collisions for player 2. Yeah, 4 anti. So we're checking each asteroid to see if the player bullet has hit it. And we're doing this for player 2 as well as player 1 is up here. And then if so, we're going to remove them and kill the asteroid and things like that. Then we have we're looping through, we're looking at the enemy. So has the enemy ship been hit by player 1? Well, has it been hit by player 2? That's what I added. There's 56 pages of code here. Player 2 bullet draw similar to player 1 bullet draw. Just create a new graphic. Loop through the sides and draw them. They have to be at the X and Y, correct? And then we have the out of bounds exception. Flame 2 draw. I talked about this a little bit earlier. It's separate from the flame 1 draw. It just draws the flame, just like the first one draws the flame. A lot of what I did is just seeing what's actually done for player 1, making it happen for player 2, but it needs to be separate so that they're not. If I draw flames for player 2 and loop through flame 1, 2, and 3, it doesn't update it for player 1. Yeah, that's what we did. Cool. Thanks.